Hi everyone, this is mostly a standing sequence, but the great beauty is we finish lying down. So it's a strong sequence, but then we should hopefully appreciate the benefits of relaxation all the more. We're going to warm up our thighs first of all, so I'd like you to come to a standing position with your feet roughly hip width apart. And it's a little unfair to give you this, but it is a little bit of a balance. So focus on something ahead of you. And just see if you're happy to do a gentle quad stretch for me as you catch the foot into the back hand and then allow the other hand to drift up. Good. Draw the shoulder blades together if that doesn't affect your balance too much. Oh, beautiful. And moving gently over to the other side on your own terms. Does help if you not stare intently, but if you find something to connect with a soft focus, a soft gaze. Good. And then letting go of the foot, allowing everything to come together. Now, you'll be aware of the chair pose, the infamous chair pose, Utkatasana. You'll know that it works on the thighs. So we are working in a strong way. And you also know that you just roll back if it's not for you, or you straighten your legs at any time. So the feet are nice and maybe a tiny bit wider than hip width apart. So we can, you can come with me if you wish. Taking an inhalation and allowing the arms to drift up above the head. And almost like you're coming into a skier's position, we're going to drift the arms forward, and as you keep the knees really soft and bent, if the shoulders allow the arms to drift back. And then take an inhalation and come all the way forward, but keep the hips sinking. And this is where it starts to work on your thigh strength, but building up your strength gradually is okay. If we do it gradually, it's okay. If you're comfortable, bring your arms out to the side. Now, can you do this? Can you slowly elevate the palms and come up onto the heels? Really unfair, isn't it? Wow, you're doing it wonderfully. Turning the palms down. That's excellent. Now, if anyone can keep the hips sinking for just another couple of breaths, and the shoulders are happy to allow the arms to drift up. Exhale when you're next ready to. Drift the arms back, almost like a swing boat. And here comes the relief in the legs. The release in the legs. Good. So it's really easy for us to think of yoga as working simply on flexibility, but of course we need strength to accommodate a still body. We're going to do that once more, and remember you can row out at any time. Coming on an inhalation, drifting the arms up, bending into the knees, be really deep into the hips, swinging the arms back. And then coming forward into Utkatasana, or a variation of it, where with the arms gliding forward. So we're drawing the thighs up. Take your weight onto the balls of the feet now. Swim your arms out to the side. Turn the palms up and see if you can just gently lift the heels. This is amazing. Well done. The wobbles are allowed. This is all part of building strength. Fold the arms down. Now, if you're happy to, on your next inhalation, allow the arms to drift up. Keep the hips sinking wonderfully. Well done. And then take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, release into the swinging back arms, and then all the way back up, straightening the legs. So you might want to repeat that a third time if you were doing this at home, but we'll just leave it at that because I think we've worked nicely on our thighs. Very, very impressed. From here, we're going to get, I'm going to ask you to go to the end of your mats, and I'd like you, I'll face you guys, I'd like you to step forward with your right foot, because we're going to come into the warrior pose. And the warrior pose is this lovely, where the hips are square and we're sinking the hips down towards the mat. And again, we can take our hands to our chest, or we can allow the arms to drift up into the full pose. Well done. So we're turning the back toe in ever so slightly, lifting and lengthening in warrior. Well done. Bring the palms together and then gently stepping back, maybe coming back in baby steps. Well done. Step forward with your left foot. Here we go again. As you drift the arms up towards the ceiling, sink the hips. So we're bending into that forward knee. And feel the front of the body opening and lengthening with the support of the strong left thigh. Good. Palms together. Stepping forward to the front of your mats now. And then we're going to slowly come up and fold into a forward bend. And from here, I'd like you to step back into plank pose. So stepping back, drop your knees in plank if you need to. And if you want to come with me by bending the elbows and lowering yourself gently down to the floor, flattening the feet, dropping the knees, and then moving into a back bend that you're comfortable with. I'm doing Cobra, but maybe for you today, it might be Sphinx pose. From Cobra, I want you to lower down, place your hands in line with the chest, tuck the toes under, and here we are in downward dog now. From downward dog, it's just a fleeting visit to downward dog, bending into your knees and either jumping or bunny hopping the feet together. Now from here, deepen, deepen, deepen so that you're almost in a little squat. And then what we're going to do is we're going to row back so that we're lengthening the legs out ahead of us. Now from here, what we're going to work on is the boat pose now. So I did tell you it was all about strengthening. We're working on the abdomen now. I'd like you to bend into the knees, flattening through the feet. And allow your body weight to gently roll back until such a point as you feel the feet lifting up. And what we can do is we can let go behind the knees if you're comfortable to. If not, just hold gently onto the backs of the knees. We're thinking about lifting the chest. And maybe we can even alleviate some boredom by wiggling into our fingers and our toes. Why not? Because we do want to hold the pose for as long as we feel it's a challenge without any pain, of course. And then from here, I'd like you to draw your right knee up towards you so that we're now pushing away. Soften into that knee if you feel it's uncomfortable for the lower back. And then from here, let's gently land onto the floor and take your left hand around your right knee and allow yourself to move into a gentle seated twist. Drop the fingertips behind you. Lengthen the crown of the head as you rotate and lengthen the spine towards the ceiling. Well done. Take the arm back into play. Move it round to the front. Here we go again. Take the feet out in front of you. Gently lifting. And if you feel comfortable, letting go and holding it this time in a more static boat. Thinking about coming onto the sitting bones and lifting through the chest. Excellent stuff. And then draw your left knee up. And we're still doing a little raise with the heels if the lower back feels okay with that. And then allowing everything to descend. And this time, wrapping your right arm around, cradling the knee as you rotate and lengthen. Spiraling the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Slowly moving the arm back so that you can see it. And from here, I'd like you to maybe come slightly forward on your mat. Because from here we're going to move down to lying, and this is where we can choose to lie for as long as we wish after the practice has closed. But what we can do is we can slowly allow the vertebra to dip down one at a time. Maybe support yourself and slowly come down to Savasana. I'll sit up because I've got something to read to you. But for everyone else, we're allowing ourselves to simply soften the body into the floor. And very briefly, we've been playing around with our relationship with gravity. So the Utkatasana pose feels really strong, particularly in the thighs, and that's because we're playing with gravity. And I'm going to read you a very short sentence from Vanda Scaravelli's book, Awakening the Spine. She says, "Gravity is like a magnet, attracting us to the earth. But this attraction is not limited to pulling us down. It also allows us to stretch in the opposite direction towards the sky."